Good music, good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome to another episode of Behind the Bench, where we take you behind, above, and beyond the repair bench here at Heid Music. How's everyone doing? How are we doing today? Doing okay? We doing okay? Wow, sorry, I didn't trim my beard at all because I had to drop my car off. I had to drop my car off to get an oil change this morning. It's only a couple blocks away. Not bad. Not a bad walk at all. I'm walking down and I just see this car from Michigan just zoom right by me. It's Little Miss Molly. There was no hey, how you doing? How you honk honk? No hey, do you need a ride? I saw her just I saw her pointing and laughing at me as I was walking to work. So yeah, it's fine. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm joking. It's fine. But I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's funny. There's Molly. Anyways, hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Molly's family in the chat. Hello. What's everyone drinking this morning? So we had a little bit of a coffee mishap this morning. My wife was making the coffee, accidentally knocked the side of the coffee maker, and it dumped into the water reservoir. Yeah, it's all right. We saved it. It was fine. But for a hot minute, we're both just like, oh no, what do we do? We just clean it, right? Yeah, but hey, that's fine. But I've got my coffee. Everything's good. Everything's great. It's beautiful outside of Michigan. Good. It's very nice outside here right now. It's gonna be warm. That's okay. It's warm every day. It's summer, but a little less smoky, I think. That's good. Yeah. Anyways. What's everyone doing this weekend? Molly doesn't know. She's got zero plans. Zero plans. My family's going to, there's a resort in Sturgeon Bay called Blue Harbor. My in-laws like to take us there every now and again, so that's this weekend. So we usually go earlier in the spring, but it's always a little cold. And now they're like, hey, let's try in the summertime where we can go enjoy the beach and stuff. So we're doing that. Head there Friday. Be nice, relaxing. It's a big water park for the kids. The kids just love it. There's slides, water slides, and my son will just go down, run up the stairs, down, run up the stairs, down, run up the stairs, just constantly. Always asking us to go, and all the adults are like, oh. It's a cool, fun water slide, but sometimes it's like, oh, guys, ouch, my neck. You get a little rough, but that's all right. It's fun. Yeah, there's my son, Cody. Yeah, he likes to just go for it. And then there's like a water park jungle gym type thing where there's water features and stuff, and there's a big bucket that slowly fills up, and eventually it gets too much, and then it tips over and just splashes like a big waterfall kind of thing. That's pretty fun. They like to just sit there and wait, so you just have to sit there. I think it's like a 5-minute fill up or something. It's fun. It's all right. It's gonna be a good time. Looking forward to that. What's everyone else do up in the chat? What are you up to this weekend? What are you doing, huh? How's everything going? You have big plans for the weekend? We only had a couple weekends left here before Labor Day weekend, and then school starts and summer's basically over. Although I have a feeling September is going to continue to be hot for quite a while. Probably even into October.
Technically, fall doesn't start until September 22nd.
Yeah, I think fall will continue on, or be pushed back further and further. That's all right. I'll take the warm weather for a little bit longer. Although I like the cold. I do like the cold. Eventually I start going, all right, when's that snow coming? I need it. I want it. Anyways. So today, folks, friends and family, we are going to be doing, morning Ethan, we are going to be doing some rental returns on the bench. I got some saxophones lined up. So what is a rental return, you might ask? Well, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. So what a rental return is, well, here at Heid Music, we do have a rental program, meaning if you need an instrument, you can come to us and we'll get you one that you can rent to either rent to own or just rent to rent. But it's a monthly cost that spreads out the cost of the instrument so that you don't have to pay up front for the whole thing. And during that time, we do maintain those instruments too. So if there's a problem, you bring it in. You've seen us working on M&R, as we call them, maintenance and repair. I got this colic in the back. You look at colic in the back of my head and look at my hair sticking up. Ugh, terrible. I've been struggling with that. Got a bad haircut. Anyways, I was in the middle of a pretty good spiel about rental returns and I got distracted by my bad hair. Anyways, let's do a cut. So there's like a pause for the cut, and then it's live. Oh no! All right. So we have the rental returns, or the M&R repairs, meaning when you have an issue with the instrument that you're renting from us, you bring it in, we'll fix it. It's all good. And you've seen us working on some of those. It's kind of the bulk of what we've been working on lately because 'tis the season. But also, we need to get those rentals ready. So when someone is renting an instrument and decides to either switch to a different instrument or perhaps they're done playing, they wanted to try it out, they don't want to play it anymore, they will return the rental that they were renting from us, and it gets put back into our rental pool. So what we have now is, right now we're really in the throes of it, of getting these rental returns ready for our season. Our busiest season is kind of now, through September for sure, as schools get back into session and programs start and whatnot. So we're all kind of working hard on getting these rental returns ready. So we're gonna do just that. Every rental that is returned from someone renting it gets run through our repair shop and it gets put back into playing order, perfect order. We clean them, we get them ready, we get them as new as possible, basically. So that's what a lot of us are doing a lot of right now, is doing our rental return stock and making sure that everyone who needs an instrument has one, and making sure everyone's set up for success into the new school year, 2025-26, the year of the rental. Clip it. Anyways, so, huh? You just interrupted all that for that? Really? Molly? Oh, gosh. Molly's back, everyone. You can tell. Because I'm grumpy. Just kidding.
Wow.
It's great to have her back now. Molly's been at the warehouse location a lot. She's been killing it down there, really helping with the brass especially, but doing a lot of rental returns herself, and also working through school repairs as we get through that. So she'll be spending a bit more time down there through September, just really helping out. Super, super solid to have her down there. But she comes back on Thursdays for stream day because she wants to, and we want to have her here. Anyways, should we get started? Morning, Leah. All right. Let's do it. So, here we go. We have, like I said, a rental return saxophone. I was about to say I haven't opened the case, but I did, but I didn't look at the instrument. So, this is a Jupiter rental return, and we already have someone lined up to rent it. Like I said, it's our busy season, so we have a lot to do, and this one, hoping to get done today, which we will on stream perhaps even. So we're just going to open it up and see what could be the issue here. What's interesting, and I would say actually kind of fun about rental returns, I find it fun, some folks might not, is the degree of repair needed on these could be anything from literally the kid never actually played it, they just, or beginner, it doesn't have to be a kid, he's beginner, they wanted to play saxophone, got the saxophone, never opened it, and decided, actually I want to play clarinet. So they return this one. It still goes through our system, right? But we want to look at every instrument that comes back just in case, because we don't actually know these things, but it happens more often than you might think. So it could need just flush the neck and mouthpiece, double check the horn, wipe it down, clean it really well, and realize there's no actual issues with the instrument because it was already fixed and it was never played, so it's still in good working order. Great working order, I should say. Or it could be, in fact, Molly had a trumpet that was rented for several years and never brought in, ever, and she had to get that fixed. Do you remember that trumpet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pictures of it.
You have pictures of it even, yeah. So that could, I would say that's maybe the far end of the worst of it. So yeah, it's interesting. It could be literally just, let's just wipe it down, clean it up because it's good to go, and replace the accessories and stuff as we need it. Or, wow, this one's gonna need a ton of work. So yes, Aaron is right. It's like a gashapon machine, but for damaged instruments. Let's take a look. Saxophone. That's typically a good, I think I said this before actually. Once already I was looking at either an M&R or a rental return perhaps, and there were accessories like not even used, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good sign, because usually that means it hasn't been used. And then the instrument was terrible. It just was not in good shape. All the other accessories have been used, so we'll see here. Mouthpiece is a little dirty, so yeah, I'm gonna guess that this is gonna need a little bit of work. So we're definitely flushing the mouthpiece, definitely flushing the neck. You can see here there's a bit of grime on the end of there, right? That happens. Get all this stuff ready. And we'll take the horn on. Horn on needs to be wiped down too. So I'm gonna guess there's gonna need a little bit of work on this. And those accessories in there, we're not gonna reuse any of that. We don't want to do that. So we'll be getting that out of there. So all right, let's get our have you guys seen my saxophone stand, by the way? My favorite thing. I love the saxophone stand almost as much as my kids. I said almost as much. Way more. That's a joke. I don't think they're watching. Maybe they are. They're just mad at me now, yeah. All right. Yeah, folks, we got some grime. Gang, we got some grime. All right? You know what we need to do? We need to call up the team. We need the gang. We need to get the gang back together. When you got some grime, who's got the time? Grime stoppers. I guess that is a new phrase. If you got the grime, who's got the time? Grime stopper. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Gotta have some coffee here. All right, so what do I like better, my saxophone stand or my soft close drawer? Sax stand, easy. Next question. All right, so I'm looking at the condition of the horn itself, and I don't think we need to flush it. We don't need to disassemble and flush it. I think that's going to be fine. So I think a wipe down. Yeah, I'm looking like in between the keys and stuff. There's not a ton of buildup at all, so we'll be able to clean that pretty good. So let's look at the condition of the pads, shall we? So we're going to grab my Votal leak light and my piece of foam. This is a trick. Learned it from Sarah at the warehouse. Sarah, if you're watching, thank you. She has like a foam ball that puts in the bell and then supports the light. And before this, I would just put the light in there and then I'd rotate my sax stand and just like that, it'd fall out. And every time I'd go, come on, without actually trying to solve the problem. Because, here at Heid Music, we solve problems, we help people, we solve problems. But sometimes I just don't solve my own problems and I just deal with it and I don't know why I don't think to fix the problem. So, put the foam in, it supports the light. Now that light ain't coming out, it ain't moving. So when we turn it on, we can see if we have any leaks. All right, Crime Stoppers. Dr. Bad Leak here, sneaking around, being a little shifty like he is, huh? Bell keys look good. Our adjustment screw's good. Boom, we're good there. I know it might be a little excessive and kind of probably silly to some that I literally use that leak light for just these 3 keys, but I have it and I like it, so that's what I'm going to use. Leave me alone. All right, let's check the rest of the instrument. Now, I really like this leak light. Tool time, we've talked about it. This is my leak light from DX Tools. It's it's the length of the saxophone. Nice and thin, very bright. Looks like a lightsaber. Bill at the Appleton location will like that. All right, let's see what the rest of the horn looks like, eh? Hey, let's see what the rest of the horn looks like, eh? E-flat pad looks clean, doesn't need to be changed. My guess is that was changed recently. Good. Okay, looking good. Do you see how like that just spins, right? Look at that set. Now I got my hands free. I can adjust the light. I can do whatever. Good there. Check our adjustments. Okay, okay. Gang, we might have lucked out on this one. This one might just be a wipe down, make it look good because it already plays good. Not seeing any leaks. Dr. Badleak did not get his grubby little paws on this one. We are going to change, oh, interesting. It looks like one of the palm keys was changed. We're going to get the other 2 because we have it here and we can. So they're not leaking, but they're getting a little old, getting a little wore out. So we're going to replace our palm keys. Typically, I like to just, if I do one, I'm doing them all, but sometimes that's not needed, I suppose. But here I'm going to do it so that they're all pretty new. This one looks like it was very recently changed. Yeah, that's basically new. These other ones, yeah, a little bit older. Here we go. All right. Other than that, that's good. That's good. There we go. I say we just clean it up after this, and we're gonna be good to go. Or as the kids say, G to G. I'm learning the slang finally. Yeah, the kids, yeah, they say G to G. I saw it. I saw it on a MySpace post once. All right. Okay, let's get these 2 pads changed out. So, everyone knows my secret weapon, but I'm going to say it again anyways. Little pokey. Little pokey right here. That's the drum head cut off with a blue steel spring put in. What I do is I stab it into the pad. Yeah, there's one we're changing. We don't care what happens to that pad anymore. We're gonna get it out of here after anyways. So I grab my heat source. In this case, I'm going to use fire. And I put a little backwards pressure on it. So I'm leaning it against my cutting board and putting backwards pressure on it. And then when I heat up the back of the pad, cup, I should say, pops right out. All the glue stays on the pad. And we throw it away. Get out of here. We don't like you. Next one, stab it, backwards pressure. Little heat on the back. Boom. Pops right out. Little to no cleanup. This spring's moving around a little bit, so I'm going to tighten that screw. On camera. As promised last stream, I'm going to work harder for the rest of this year. Darn it, to do stuff on camera. Maybe I should I gotta move this up a little bit. And just know I gotta be here. Excuse me. All right, my friend, camera, I'm going to go get a pad, so you stay there. Okay, camera? Don't freak out. Don't do it. All right, I'll be off camera for a second. All right, doing pretty good, Adam, all right? Good start, hanging in there. I think we'll keep going here. See how many saxophones we get through. It's really interesting, I promise. People like it. They really, really like it. Okay, I'm back. Had to mute my mic for a second there, sorry. All right, back on camera. There, now you can follow me. Thank you, friend. All right, we got the new pads. Fit, and we're gonna glue them in. We're gonna glue them in, gang. Okay, boom. So I got my heat source. I got my glue. I like to use this stick glue. And we're gonna paint glue on the back and then heat up the pad cup, pop it in, and do the other one, and then get them set. There we go. There we go. Heat up the pad cup key thing. And I twist it a little bit to help spread the glue around, so that helps. Oh no, my object permanence. No, I get that, Aaron, because I was off camera and my mic was muted, so like you didn't really hear anything or see anything, so I could see where that would be confusing. There we go. Heat up the key cup. Boom! It's like, like a gunslinger, and they. But it's the glue. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Don't acknowledge that. Ignore that, chat. That was nothing. All right. Well, hold on. Before we do that, don't freak out, camera. Okay. We're gonna do some cleaning. So this is a trick I learned from Seth at the warehouse. If you're watching, shout out. These are just polish cloths that come with new instruments. We typically swap them out for something else, so we have a good amount in it. But we take these, and some Pledge works great on shining up lacquer brass. Cleans really well. It's a good thing. So, a little Pledge here. Just missed this. I'm just gonna give this a quick clean, but now with this keys off, we can really get in there and do some grouting. There we go. Ah, yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Cleans really, really well. And once I start, I have trouble stopping it. I just got to keep cleaning. We want this to look nice and shiny. We want it to pop like that wow factor. So when a beginner student gets this instrument, perhaps it's a student, perhaps it's just a returning player, an adult player coming to learn how to play saxophone finally, you know? But regardless of age or skill level, if someone rents this instrument, when they open the case, I want them to go, whoa, cool, wow, the wow factor. That's what we want. Nice, nice. All right, so I gotta clean these keys off a little bit. I gotta do it. I can't stop. Can't help myself. Okay, so we'll get these pads back on. Adam, stop cleaning. Okay. Let's get these pads on and seated. But what do we do first? We got to clean out the hinge tubes and re-oil them. So It's just a pipe cleaner I use. It's a nice one. It's tapered. It's thinner in the front and thicker in the back. So you can, different size keys and whatnot, or you can get them all. Make sure there's no fuzz in there. Clean off the keys themselves. Then we're gonna oil and seat. But we're gonna do it on, there we go, okay. I'm learning. I can learn. I'm not too old, I can learn to do things on camera. That's what I meant to say. All right. Here we go, here we go. There. Now, we're gonna take a medium key oil, and I just do a drop. So all I'm looking for is just a drop on the tip. Oh, way too much, sorry. You see that drop on the tip of that though? That's all we're looking for. Okay? And I put that into the side of the hinge tube, just drop it in there. And that's the side that the rod's gonna go in, so it's gonna push the rest of that throughout the tube. Like this. Woo whoop. That's the sound that makes. Woo whoop. All right. Okay. Now, we need to seat these pads before Dr. Bad Leak takes a hold. Because right now they're not seated, they're leaking currently because they're not fit to the tone hole. So we got our heat cup here. All right, and we're gonna, Scott, good morning, hello. #1 repair stream going up. Not sure about that, but we are having a good time. So I'm heating it with our heat gun, and that's gonna melt the glue enough to get it malleable. And then this is a sprung close key, so they tend to kind of seat themselves, but we're gonna check. What I'm looking for is that when I push it open, when I see light, the whole pad is showing light when I go to open it. If we get that kind of sunrise, sunset thing, I don't consider that a seated pad for a closed, sprung closed key. I think that's still leaking, but this is good. So we're gonna put the oil on like before, just a drop into the tube. Boop, whoop, whoop. That's the sound I make, I guess. That's not annoying, right? If I just do that sound all the time. Whoop, whoop. Cameron, good morning. Whoop, whoop. So pretty soon I got some upgrades coming, and I think sound effects are gonna be great. All right, so we got this next key. It's leaking here, so we're gonna take our heat gun as before and just let that sit on it. I'm trying to show you here. Can I get in on this? Can we see? Yeah, here we go. You can kind of see the leak there a little bit. I'm gonna watch it go away. Just like that. Leak is gone. But let's check, make sure it's actually gone. Nope, we have a little bit of that sunrise thing I'm talking about. So we're going to take our pad slick and just adjust it over a little bit. Boom, boom, nice. Check the other side. Boom, good. Bada bing, bada boom. There we are. We got it. Zoidberg. All right, and this is the key that I was already good. It was already set, but let's go ahead and take a look at it, make sure. So after this, I think we'll go to another segment here, because the next part of this is just cleaning it as I double check everything. That's good, that's good. Everything else is working, so we're gonna flush the neck and flush the mouthpiece. Get it cleaned up, get it good, get it good, get it good, get it gone. That's what I always say. So I'll do some cleaning on this. Lindsay, hello, good morning. You missed a lot. It was, I imagine, the funniest jokes I've ever said, and times that by 10. Oh. Hey, yeah, that's what happens. Just getting it good and getting it gone. All right, so that'll be what we do here. I'm just gonna kind of hand clean this for the rest of it. Well, I tell you what you didn't miss, Lindsay, is everyone's favorite segment, the new segment, featuring our guitar luthier, Matt. Everyone, we got the Matt Chat featuring Matt. Here we go. It's the Matt Chat featuring Matt with Matt.
Hello, I am Matt. My confession is I did say get it good, get it done or whatever the other day. I thought it to myself. Was doing something and I was like, good. Yeah, I mean, this is applicable to a lot of situations. You gotta do it. You gotta do a good job. It wasn't at work. It was just at home. I think I was just like cleaning.
You're going super good. That's my ending thing.
Maybe it was that one. I think I was just cleaning the bathroom or something. It was nothing crazy. It was just, I don't know, felt motivated. All right, we're gonna talk about neck resets today. I'm in the middle of 2 of them, and they're at different points. So it'll be a fun illustration of kind of the process. I've mentioned neck resets before. It's basically when your guitar starts collapsing in half. It's gonna happen eventually. If you spend $200, $200,000, every guitar needs a neck reset at some point. I mean, it's just a hollow box with a neck sticking on it and a couple, I don't remember exactly how many pounds of pressure the strings have. I think it's like 170 on a regular set of acoustic strings, something to that extent. And over time, of course it's gonna fold in half if the geometry is not just perfect between how the neck sits in relation to the body. It starts applying a tension to weird spots that aren't meant to hold tension. So kind of a critical point is right at the top where the neck meets the body. That adjusts. I mean, well, you don't want to adjust it. It's going to affect your scale length. It's designed to hold tension, squarely on the block inside the body. When it starts pulling forward, your extension presses into a weak portion of the top. So a lot of times you'll see cracks on the top, right through here, or along the whole extension if it's getting real bad. And that causes all sorts of problems. You can have the sound hole start to buckle in really bad cases. The rosette will get all wonky and get all bent. The 2 guitars I have are in dire needs of neck resets, but there's not any structural issues that resulted from it. So the first step is loosening up the extension here after you determined it needs a set. Usually I'll grab a straight edge on the top. Usually the frets are in. If it's bucking into the front of the bridge, that's a good indication that the neck is too far this way. That means you won't be able to adjust your saddle down anymore. Usually the first symptom people notice is my strings are really high. This hurts to play. This is a 50-something Martin D18, and it's already had a neck reset in the 70s, as I found out when I took the neck off. So sometimes you have to do multiple neck resets. Just kind of depends on the guitar, where it lives, where it's stored, all that good stuff. So loosening the extension. I'll put a heat lamp just above the extension. I'll make a little cutout of cardboard and aluminum foil tape. This foil tape I stole from my dad, so it's branded, not sponsored. Anything will do. It just sits. Yes, Adam?
Aaron wants to know how you can tell that it's been previously repaired.
There was a letter in it, or they scrawled, 1973 on the inside.
Oh, cool.
And it's kind of cute to see like little messages that people leave in instruments. Not like, hey, I hope your day's doing great. I mean, no one says that anymore. But yeah, there's a date in there. Martin uses paper shims to adjust the fit. So there's a couple telltale signs on the next guitar I have. You can tell when the frets have been removed to inject heat and or steam. So there's other little diagnostic things you can do like that without taking the neck off. You know, or if it just looks bad, if the last person didn't do a good job, it's like, oh yeah, that was someone's first. It's okay. But yeah, so there's fun ways to diagnose that kind of stuff. So we got our heat going. I'll have a heat, like a infrared thermometer, make sure to keep this below 200 degrees, ideally 160, 170-ish. Constantly making sure the heat isn't getting to the top. It hasn't happened. I haven't done damage to a top yet with too much heat, and I'm going to keep it that way. You can feel underneath the top on the inside, if that's starting to get warm, that means your glue's softened up. So yeah, just like removing a pad, we want to heat the area, glue softened, and I'll come in with a spatula and just kind of peel that up. I'll make sure the grain runout is going in a decent direction. Wood isn't always like cut completely flat. Sometimes like the pores kind of come up at an angle, and if you catch that weird with your knife, you're gonna have all sorts of problems. It'll start gouging wood out, and it's bad. Sometimes you can't help it because it's a repair process and there's collateral damage, but if you minimize it, it's a lot easier. So yeah, once that is softened, we'll take the 15th fret out right here. Martin guitars have a dovetail neck construction, and there's usually an air gap right underneath this fret. So we'll take the fret out, drill a couple holes, and we will apply heat. I use these wire foam cutters, which is kind of fun. We'll drill little holes in the fret. These are all plugged up because the neck's glued on. But they just sit in there like that all the way down. About 8 minutes, the glue is softened up a little bit, so you can start kind of working it loose. You can add a little bit of water to help speed that process up. These older instruments are made with Heid glue, so it's generally, about this time they're switching to more modern glues. So they heat up really nicely and they slide right apart, which is kind of cool, especially with the little bit of moisture. I used to use a lot of steam to get this neck out. So either a pressure cooker, we had a stovetop espresso machine with a radiator hose hooked up to it and basically a football needle attached to it, and it looks great. It fills up the entire cavity, a lot of steam, a lot of heat. You can get finish blushing though, so there'll be like a smoky residue on the top and on the sides. This just has glue residue on it right now, but it's just an extra step you have to clean up and be mindful of. So the dry heat I find is a little bit easier to control. So once that is out, we will start to repair any sort of damage we cause and prep the surfaces to be joined back together. So I already glued it back, but this did peel up a little bit. This is a Martin Eric Clapton model. So we had a little bit of run out problems. This neck had also been reset and had to scrape off the portions of the top that were still on the extension and glue them back. And everything's hunky-dory again. So this neck is fitting a little poorly, which is probably why it failed in the first place. I already glued some shims on the inside of the neck joint, more maple veneer stock. And it was so sloppy I had to glue some to the neck side as well. So I have these little angled cawls covered in wax paper and saran wrap and glued some more shims. So I'll have to trim this one up eventually, but as you can see, it doesn't quite fit, which is just what we want. We're gonna fit this neck over time to the dovetail. A little better angle on that maybe. Some necks have a bolt-on construction. Some Martins do, the lower end models, and some of the higher end models, depends on just the design of the instrument. There's not really a benefit necessarily. If you can hear a difference, good for you. I don't know, a good neck joint is a good neck joint. Doesn't really matter if there's glue involved necessarily. So how we go about fitting this neck is, I lost a prop, oh no. Well, anyway, we have a like carbon transfer paper. I will put kind of, I guess I'll do it on both sides for this one because I have two sets of shims. We'll smush this together pretty good. I have a special stand I set it in so I can leave it upright. And then there'll be like black residue from the transfer paper on the shims. We'll take a sanding stick, sand them down. Sometimes I'll use a scraper, sometimes I'll use a chisel. Just kind of depends what's working well that day. Eventually, this will get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until you need a clamp to get it all the way together. I mean, as it is, it fits all right now. It's just not in far enough. You don't want any slop forward and back. You should be able to pick it up by the neck and not have the body fall off. The first step in a good glue joint is that. You know, it should go together dry, well and solidly. Glue will not hold together a bad joint. Something I learned early on, and I haven't really had to redo too many of these neck resets since. I suppose I did skip a step here. To adjust the angle, we have to take down the cheeks, we call them, of the neck heel. So that's gonna allow us to kick the neck back this way. Again, we're not touching the point at the very top of the heel where the fretboard meets the neck. That's gonna adjust our intonation and make everything play a little sharp, a little too short. So you don't want to avoid that. We're just pushing the neck down. So that is, again, done with a nice sanding stick. Just on either side, equal number of strokes that way, and then on the other side, and then kind of repeat in the center of the heel there, make sure the heel cap is also getting taken down. Over time, when that gets really close to fitting, we'll pull some 120 through to mate the neck heel to the sides as perfect as we can. Not something we want to do now that it's not fitting. This comes before the fitting of the shims, but we'll just strip it through and it contours really nicely. Just a good finishing move to try to get that as seamless as possible. Try not to do any touch-ups. These surfaces sometimes are quite irregular, especially on older instruments. So it just looks really nice to perfectly match the heel to the body. Try to make it harder to detect that it had work done to it, which is the tricky part of all this. It's not a common repair. Not a lot of people can pull it off well. In the grand scheme of things, I'm just okay at it. I'm trying to get better every single time. I think I'm just being hard on myself. I do a pretty good job.
Yeah, darn right.
Yeah, but it's also fun. There's a lot of woodworking involved in it, a lot of decisions. Everyone is completely different. Same exact guitar same model will be different, even across the same year. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And as a Martin authorized service center, this might be under warranty if you're the original owner and you meet certain criteria. These ones are not. They've been purchased used, and there's a bunch of other reasons why in this particular instance. But, you know, binding, repair, we do a lot of on Martins. You know, basic fretwork and stuff with extensions, and yeah, so that's kind of a neck reset. It's gets easier when there's a bolt-on neck sometimes. This is about as involved as a repair that we offer kind of reliably. Yeah, it's all good fun though.
Nice.
Sure. Here's Molly.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, the Molly Minute. Bring!
I have returned. I am here now. Today, I have this clarinet. This is a clarinet that a friend wanted me to look at, and I have not even opened the case to see what's wrong with it. I don't even know what kind of clarinet. I don't know what it's made of. We have no idea. So we're gonna kind of talk about what we do when we haven't seen a clarinet and we need to evaluate what needs to be done on it. So I'm going to open up the case and see what we're looking at. Mystery clarinet. Yes, it is a mystery. Ooh. Oh, it's got silver keys, at least silver plated. It's a buffet crampon clarinet. Oh, nice thing. So I usually try to look at the top joint, and I'm looking to see if any corks need to be replaced, any pads need to be replaced that are torn, or any keys are bent. And it doesn't look that bad. It looks like we've got synthetic pads in here. That's gonna fall. It looks like we've got synthetic pads in here, which is nice. So, and synthetic pads like to last longer. Ooh, that plating is gone. That's nice. Doesn't actually look that bad.
All right, I'm right here off screen, everyone. I'm going to quiz Molly on camera. You ready?
Oh no.
What are two of the most common bends on the upper joint as far as keys go?
What are the two most common bends? This trill key
Yep.
and this key when it's bent?
Yeah. Usually, what do you think usually causes those two things?
If you hit an instrument against the wall. Or this gets caught, on uniforms and whatnot. And this can just get hit like this.
That's right
can
around
get bent.
the music stand level.
Right.
They'll kind of bump it.
Where the music stand is, yeah. They can get bumped, bent. Yeah, we have a fancy thingamabob for the key
trapeze.
The key trapeze, is that what it's called?
Yep.
The key trapeze. And so yeah, this
Here's
one
another question for you. What's the
What?
What is the regulation that is most common out of regulation on the upper joint on a clarinet?
On the upper joint, you mean like this?
Yes. Good job.
I know, thanks.
3 for 3. All right.
I listened to you.
Yeah. Good.
Which that isn't actually bad. This doesn't look that bad. Like, probably shine up these. There, it's a little tarnished on the silver, but I can't tell if this is wood or not. Does this look wood to you? Does this look wood to you?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's a very fine grained wood.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I saw that. That tenon
Do you want
cork.
to show that and explain
Yeah.
why we want to replace that?
So there's a little chip there in that tenon cork. And so we want to replace that because it's not going to fit as well when there's cork missing. And when we do the cork, we fit the cork so that it fills up that space all the way so that it's all even and the barrel will fit on nicely.
Without any rocking.
Right, without any rocking, without any looseness.
Additionally, and you can see down here too, there's
Yeah,
that
that's
gap right
coming
there.
off.
But
I saw
if
that.
cork, in my experience, if cork grease gets under the cork, it actually degrades the glue that we use to keep the corks on.
Which is
So,
interesting. The cork
yeah.
grease can just like deactivate it.
That's
like,
in my experience. I've seen that. So
Whoa.
if you see a clarinet with just a ton of gunked on cork grease,
right.
probably those corks are coming off soon.
Yeah.
In my experience, but also here, I mean,
There's not a
that
lot.
gap shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah,
So if Molly
which
did this tenon cork,
I did
you
not.
wouldn't- I'm
I've
not
never
saying you
worked
did.
on this clarinet.
Let me finish my sentence before you get defensive. If Molly does this cork, that gap's going to be gone because she's very good at tenon corks. It was a compliment, and you didn't even let me finish it, Molly.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Whoops. Thought he was trying to insult me.
No.
I'm kidding.
Keep going.
So this is bottom joint next. I mean, yeah.
What are the
there's-
two biggest bent keys on the bottom joint? 3. I'm going to give you 3.
I mean, this one
Correct.
be
And
bent.
why?
It's a great question.
Same reason as the
so,
upper one,
yeah, I
right?
was gonna say round stand level.
Now, can you describe how this key is typically like? When we say bent? What is it? What would a bent key look like?
It would literally look
What a banana.
a
There we
banana. I was gonna say a U. I'm like, that's a little harsh. But yeah, there's literally a bend. It'd look like a banana. It's usually bent down, and
Does that one have a little bit?
maybe this way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that
so.
way.
Once you show the camera, perhaps they can see it.
Maybe you can see it's kind of bent like this. Just a little bit. It's not that bad.
What tool would you use to fix that?
So this thing, we would take the key off and set it on here so that the higher point is up, and then I have a thing. This isn't the thing. What is it called? Yeah, this thing.
A dowel.
A dowel. And you put it on there and then tap it so that the raised point goes down, and so it's straight and flat. And so then it's not bent, and it'll all be straight, and it'll work way better and be nicer. So that one can get bent easily. I mean, this key does too.
Correct. That's number 2. How do we want those keys to look?
Like this.
Hmm?
Like straight,
Yes.
like even. I don't know.
Yeah. So are they?
I mean, like this wise, not.
Correct. Yeah. So those are actually bent. So you can see here.
Yeah.
This one here is bent actually out a little bit.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. And it's up. That plane
Yeah.
wants to be nice and even. You can actually probably see that if you pull that up to the camera, probably see how those two things are moving along. There we go.
So yeah, that one.
Sometimes you can. How would you go about fixing that?
I mean, holding it down and flexing it.
Yep, you can flex it on the body. If it's bent too much, what would you do?
It's a great question. I've always just flexed it on the body.
If they're really bad, you don't want to flex it too much on the body because there's
Yeah.
a chance you can break it. You can take it off, and we have some of those special vices and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
put it on a vise carefully.
Without marring the key, we would wrap
Right.
it or do some special
Wrap
things
it
to
in.
do it. But yeah, so good. All right, good. 2 for 2, 2 for 3. Third one, what is the third most bent thing on a lower joint of a clarinet?
Third most bent thing. I mean,
You're looking, you're close. You're getting hotter.
if we're talking about
What's out of regulation, what's bent?
what's usually out of regulation is this.
Yay!
This is usually out of
Don't,
regulation.
you're questioning yourself
where
too much.
I
Molly.
do
You got
question myself.
this.
I don't want to be wrong. usually what's happened is so these keys, when you press this, you want it to close at the exact same time, and usually what happens is they don't close at the exact same time, except these ones are closing very well together. Yeah. And these are also synthetic pads, which we like. I like synthetic pads. I like working on synthetic pads.
All right, bonus question here. So far you're 100%, Molly. It's
Cool.
great. How do we want that cluster of 4 keys, the pinky keys, how do we want those to look?
Straight and even, like all together. Like this one is bent this way, so I'm gonna have to move it, yeah. But you want these to be even, these to be even, and it to be flat and straight and look all nice together.
In addition to closing it accurately.
Right, closing. You want these to close. And that's sort of a thing where if this is not, usually you take these keys off when you're trying to seal this key so that this key doesn't get in the way, and then you can put it back on and make sure it's regulated and whatnot. That's the fun about clarinets. I'm sure saxophones have even more of that.
We'll get to that soon. October's coming, Molly.
Oh no, October is saxophone time.
Or November, depending on rental season goes.
Or November. So yeah, when I assess clarinets, I'm looking for if pads need to be replaced, if corks need to be replaced, what's bent, what's out of regulation, how dirty the clarinet is, and this one isn't actually that bad. And just kind of seeing what needs to be done and what needs to be fixed. Which, like I can see there's a couple corks missing on here. The pads don't look that bad. The pads look perfectly fine. I don't think anything needs to be replaced. I bet everything is sealing just fine. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. I didn't even look at the bell and the barrel. On the bell and the barrel, we look to see if these rings are loose, because they will get loose and come off, and then we need to seal them back on, which none of them are loose. They're perfectly fine, which is great. We love that. We love seeing that, so we don't have to worry about it. And mouthpiece looks fine. That's a nice mouthpiece. So yeah, that's kind of what we look for. That's how we handle when estimates come in, when basically anything comes in. What I like to do is I just look over everything, see what needs to be done, and mentally go, this is how much time I think it's going to take me, and this is what I think I need to do. Because in some cases, when we have customer instruments or school instruments, they say you can do anything up to a certain amount. And so if I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I think it needs more than that, then I send out an estimate for it. Or I ask Adam, and then I send out an estimate for it. Because I can't send out estimates on my own. But
Yes, you can.
no, I
Do it
can't.
on brass.
I don't, but I still ask you about it.
Well, that's true.
I don't.
How
Yeah.
often are you right?
On brass, pretty often.
Yeah.
But I don't like to send out brass estimates on my own. Still.
Well, pretty soon you're going to have to, because
Oh no.
as Leah said in the chat, confidence is key.
Key? Clarinet key? Uh-huh.
Good job.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, the Molly Minute. Bring!
Dings in the chat for Molly. Dings in the chat. She's doing great. Aside from getting defensive when I try to compliment you.
I'll take compliments well.
Well, get used to it. So, yeah. So there were some really good comments in the stream about what all goes into estimates and things like that, and that's what we're looking for. We don't want to miss anything because one, we when we get into the repair, for one thing, our standard of what is good and what is repaired, pretty high. We want it to play, not only do we want it to play, but we want it to play really well. So making sure we catch anything right away at the estimate process so that there's no surprises for us or the customer. And just, we don't want to get into the repair and be like, oh, geez, look at what we missed. We're still going to fix it to the standard that we want. And we want to not be surprised, because then we can really understand our workflow and what our day entails. So, yeah. 100% Molly. I owe you a bundt cake from Everything Bundt Cakes. Or what was it called? Nothing Bundt Cakes. Yes. There we go. I owe you one. Dings in the chat for Molly. Dings in the chat for Matt. That was great. It's so cool to see him just pull a neck off of a guitar. The first time I saw you do it, I was like, whoa, you could just do that? And here I am fixing instruments for how long, and I just do that kind of stuff too, but it's just like, wow, it's cool. Right. I feel like I just recently learned about the truss rod. Like there's a rod that goes through the neck to keep it straight. That kind of blew my mind a little bit. And I'm embarrassingly recent that I discovered that that's like an actual thing. But hey, here we are. I fix saxophones, not guitars. Anyways, speaking of, should we get back to it here? Rest of the stream. All right, so that saxophone that we were working on, it's all done for the most part. I'm gonna just clean it up a little bit, or I'll make Molly do it. But we're gonna work on another one. So we have another rental return saxophone that we're gonna work on. So let's just start with looking at it. So this one I haven't opened the case at all, so I have no idea what to expect. But that's the fun of it, right? This tape off of here, why is that on there? Another thing that we do is obviously we clean up the case as best as we can and vacuum it out. And again, that wow factor we're going for. We really want, when someone opens the case for the first time, seeing their new instrument, whatever it may be. A choir of angels sings through the store as they look at it. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Okay, don't want to lose that, need that. I think we might actually replace this mouthpiece. That mouthpiece is pretty wore out. I don't want someone to start out on that, so we're going to be replacing that. Oh, don't have to do the neck cork. Whew. Whew. Good. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is. I don't like doing neck corks or neck corks. Whenever I get together with other repair techs, that's always my first question is, what is a thing that we do as repair techs that is like not hard, but annoying? For me, it's neck corks and tenna corks. I don't know why. They're fairly easy. They're pretty quick to do. I just don't like them. But Molly really likes them. That's why she does all of them. Not all of them. A lot of them. All right, so let's do this. Lindsay, see you later. Sorry, I just saw that in the chat. All right, let's take a look at this. Joe, hello, welcome. I didn't see you pop in. Key heights. Yeah, I mean, right? Not a hard thing to do, but for whatever reason, it's kind of annoying, right? All right, let's take a look at this one here. Might need to do a cleaning on this. Oh, wow. So you're trying to rent this saxophone out. It'd be a shame if Dr. Badleak showed up. I'm not gonna lie, this one is more than Dr. Badleak, so we got a bent body. Whoa, bent body, bam-balam, oh, bent body, bam-balam. It's bent Betty, but, so how we fix this, and I want you to know, chat, don't be scared. Don't be nervous. We've done this before. We've seen this before. But the bell is bent on this. The bell is bent in a way that is preventing both of the bell keys from working. So what we need to do is just negotiate it back over. And the quickest and best way to do that is just to give a little tap. I might not have tapped it hard enough because even I was afraid to do that. Just give it a little tap. There we go. Already much better. We're gonna give it one more tap. Close your eyes if you have to. And remember, I'm an expert. Don't do this at home. I'm gonna tap that leak right out of my hair. Boom. Done. Gone. Out of here. Tapped it out of existence. You don't mess with me. I'm a grime stopper. Boom. I don't know why I'm so aggressive all of a sudden. All right. Now I'm going to check the body. So what I do is I put a leak light down the bell, and I'm sighting down the body of the instrument. Yeah, this one's pretty grimy, grime stoppers. We're going to have to take this apart and we'll flush it, which is just fine. We'll do that. Maybe we get a little bit of a time. Ooh, maybe I could do a record race today. Am I feeling okay to do a record race? Anyways, let's take a look down this. See if I can get you to sight down this body. This is hard to do, but what we're looking at, if you look down here, right down the neck, can I do it? It's really hard to do this. But we're looking down to see if it's straight. And what we do is we kind of see the tone holes and try to like sight the curve of the body there. So, and it looks pretty straight. It just looks dirty. You hear that, Molly? Just using the air compressor, trying to work, trying to be productive. What is this? It's so noisy. Come on. She's just gonna keep doing it. I said, hey, don't do that on stream. And she's like, no, I got work to do. And I'm like, well, fair. Then minus stings in the chat for Molly now. She can't hear. She's doing her job. She's doing great. All right, so we know we're gonna have to take this apart. The inside's pretty grimy all the way up. If it was just the bow here, you could take off just the bottom part of these, the bottom keys here, and just kind of hold this into the ultrasonic, flush it, clean that out without having to take everything off. That's the trick that Tim at the warehouse showed me. I don't use it too often. I figured if this needs to really be cleaned, probably everything else needs to be cleaned. That's just, I don't know, it's just how I would consider that. But you can do that. Yeah, this one's kind of on the we're gonna take it apart. We're gonna do that. So notice this is pretty bent too. This one took some hits, but that's all right. We're gonna fix it. Right now. All right. Actually, first I want to see what's all wrong with it. So, all right. I'm gonna put our leak light in. Again, shout out, foam holds the leak light in, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna check these keys. We already got those keys working. I don't know why I'm checking. Yeah, they're great. They're absolutely great. This key regulation here, it's a little off, which, understandable. There we go. Now we know for sure. Yep, we're good. So this table here, the pinky table, is a little off and crowded because this key guard is kind of bent and out of here. How about I show you? This key guard is kind of bent and misshapen, so it's making these out of whack. So we'll have to adjust that there. We'll get the key guard straightened, and then we can adjust the key heights here. Joe, your favorite thing, key heights. So that'll be something we'll fix after. Okay. But let's go ahead and continue down the instrument, checking for issues. What am I? I don't know what to do here. Listen to that. Even in the repair shop, I get no respect. That's a Rodney Dangerfield? Is that the? It's a joke there from that. Yeah, even in the repair shop, I get no respect. I guess that's my impersonation. I don't know, not very good. All right, for sure we gotta fix this E flat. Wow, it's so grimy. Oh, gang, I'm gonna take this off. You're gonna take a look at this and you're gonna be like, ew. Come on, different screwdriver. By the way, still loving these screwdrivers from Music Medic. They're great. In fact, I had probably the biggest litmus test of these working. Oh, gross on this pad. I had some pretty stuck pivot screws that needed a lot of torque to get them out. In the past, there were some issues with the prototypes where the tips of the screwdriver would break. They'd bend and break. These ones, specifically this one right here, besides the dirt and grime on it, straight, perfectly straight, still good. And I put that one through the ringer. That one really worked pretty hard to get those screws out. So, are you done with the air compressor now? Jeez. I know I said that, but I regret it. So, anyways, these screwdrivers, loving them. The new blades, absolutely awesome. They feel great in my hands. I have no wrist issues, no wrist pain, nothing at all. Great. So, Music Medic, sponsor me. I already own most of your stuff. You could just send me a donut next time and we'll call it a sponsorship. How about that? Clip it. All right, so here's the E flat pad. Look at this. Ew, that's so nasty. You can make a broth with that. Ugh, we'll replace that for show. And then the tone hole. Whew, these little boys on that. All right, but let's continue up the horn. Let's see what else we got cooking. You have a question right now for me on stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, someone said, what do you like more, your sax stand or your closed drawer?
Okay.
What do you like more, your Music Medic screwdrivers or your sax stand?
Oh, wow. Okay, Molly asked me, what do I like more, my sax stand or my Music Medic screwdrivers?
And why? Why do you like
And why? I feel like that's not fair.
What do you mean that's
I feel like that's not fair.
It's a great question.
It's not. I don't think that's fair. Because you're comparing two tools that have totally different uses. You know what I mean?
But which one do you like better? Because, like, you love your Music Medic.
Yeah, but that's like saying, which one do you like better, food or water? I need them both.
You did say you love that saxophone almost, if not more than your kids.
Yeah, and these screwdrivers are my kids.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
What about your kids at home? What are they thinking?
Yeah. Joe's right. It's like actually, whoa. Start over. Asking which child I like more.
Oh, come on. Parents always have their favorite.
Absolutely.
I know parents have their favorite.
I absolutely have. Oh no. The mechanic is calling me. Should I answer it on stream? See what's wrong with my car? No, you're going to see how much I owe. That's going to be probably too much. I'll have to call him back. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to avoid that question because I don't want to answer it.
Yeah, that's a great question.
It is a good question, yeah.
Yeah, have an answer.
Hey, Molly, great question. Thanks for asking. All right, so we definitely have some leaks up top. Uh-oh, look at this. See, can we get into this? Can we get it? Look at there, right here, right here. Ooh, that one's rough. We got a leak, folks. What do we say to leaks? What do we say to leaks? That's rough. I can close it if I push it really hard, but that's not fixing. I don't know why I'm talking with this pad. it's just kind of whatever. But we got a leak. And what do we say to leaks, everyone? What do we say to leaks? That's right. Bad leak, go away. And we will. After we take it all apart and clean it and put it back together, that's when we do the fixing, is when I put it back together. But regardless, we got a leak. We got a leak and we're gonna fix it. Okay. Other than that, everything else looks pretty good. So I think this will be a pretty quick playing condition. Once, excuse me, we take it apart, clean it, and put it back together. Wow, I got like radio voice for saying, after we take it apart, clean it, and put it back together. I think I could be a radio host. Should I do more radio DJ style talks on the stream? Hello folks, welcome back to Behind the Bench with Adam and Molly and Matt. Get a soundboard with a bunch of stuff. I should have a soundboard. You're right, Molly. All right. Let's go ahead and just disassemble this. I thought I could do like a timed thing, but I don't feel like it now. Because we got 10 minutes left, and I think it'll take me about 11 to get it apart. That's my guess. Yeah. That was the Bundy, or Bush. It was, yeah. There's only like 6 rods on a Bundy, so. All right, well, let's go for it. I'm not gonna time it, no. We don't got time to time. We ain't got time for that. Ain't got time for that. Joe, you remember that song? Remember that? Joe in the chat is one heck of a bass player, as well as one heck of a saxophone player. And we were on an album together when we went to school in Sioux City at Western Iowa Tech. Ain't no one got time for that.
You got a 7:40 on the Yamaha.
I got 7 minutes and 40 seconds on a Yamaha?
Yeah.
Woo. I don't think I can do that again.
What is this?
Huh? That's a Yamaha. I was in a good mood that day. Today? Not so much. No, Molly. Molly, you gotta have more confidence in yourself. You're likable and people like you, and I need you to know that. All right, so we're gonna disassemble here, and we'll ultrasonic the body, the neck, the mouthpiece. We'll clean the case, get it nice and good and shiny. And as we assemble it, we're cleaning the keys, cleaning out the hinge rods, re-oiling, taking out leaks, replacing key corks as needed, all that nice, cool, fun stuff, so that this rental will be ready for the next person to play it. What? What, Molly? What, Molly? She's laughing at me. Oh, okay. Are you going to share with the class?
Actually, you can tell Ethan I'm laughing.
Oh, you and Ethan sharing notes in class, laughing at the teacher. Wow. I'm going to confiscate it. Confiscate. Oh, you can't say it either. Okay, it's not just me. Whoo, I'm gonna take it.
Confiscate? Matt, how do you say that word? It's a great answer.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. That's good. Ooh, all right, look at this. I'm gonna see if we can zoom in here. So we're gonna be looking at this key here. This is the octave mechanism. So see if you can, when I rotate and unscrew the rod that holds it all together. Here we go. Do you see it moving? Do you see the key? It's rotating, which tells me, chat, what does that mean? Here we go, quiz the chat. If I'm unscrewing the hinge rod and the key inside is rotating, moving up and down, what do we think that means? Do we have a guess on what that could possibly mean? There's an issue, there's something wrong. Okay. Oh. But what could possibly be wrong, chat? And if you're a repair tech, you can't answer until someone else answers. Confiscations. There we go. Come on. Oh. Whew. All right. All right, no guesses in chat? That's all right. What's wrong is that this rod is bent. So if I were to put it in the my bench motor, it's hard to show, but this will have a banana shape to it. So this rod is bent and needs to be straightened out. Which is why as I was rotating it out, it was making the key kind of shift up and down because that bend would hit the top and then the bottom, the top and then the bottom. So, I think I dropped the second part of that key. Maybe not. Oh, it's still here. There it is. So that's one thing we need to be aware of. So when we put it back together and fix it, we got to know, hey, we got to straighten that rod out. Which, even if we forgot right now, we'd find out pretty quick when we try to go put that key back on. Am I right? Repair tech joke. Not even funny. Said it anyways. Hey, thanks, Molly. You said that with so much enthusiasm. You're hilarious. You're hilarious. I really think it's funny, all your jokes you say. It's fine, I'm joking. Calm down. Hey, you pull your own fun wagon. That's what I always say. All right. Well, chat, we're coming to the end of the stream here. I'm just going to continue on taking this apart. Then we'll clean it, get it nice and shiny again, put the keys back on, cleaning them as we go. But we'll just kind of continue on with this. But thank you so much for hanging out with us as we continue here. And next week, we'll, I don't know, keep on keeping on. Our rental return stock is going to become priority in the next coming weeks. We have here in Green Bay, Molly and I are shooting, hoping, really got an optimistic goal for next week to be done with all of our school repairs, which frankly is a little early, maybe just slightly right on time, but I'd say a little early. So we're hoping to get that done, which then frees us up to focus just on customer things and getting our rental return stock back up. So that's great, because I mean, we got, I think the number I guys was told, there's currently like a couple hundred, I'll say that, in queue, waiting for an instrument. So we all have to really knock it out. But we can do it, because we have amazing repair techs here at Heid Music who really care. I think we all care quite a lot about making sure that the instrument that you get from Heid Music is absolutely wonderful. So, anyways, we'll continue on doing that. Uh-oh, stay there. Look at that. Look, what a beautiful picture that is, huh? Wow, cool. Get out of frame, Adam. Look at that. That's neat. That should be something. That's got to be something, right? And it's just me in the background. Get my camera up top. Yay, saxophones. I don't know. That's something. Anyways. All right, gang. We're going to call it there. Thank you again so much for hanging out. This is a fun one. This is fun. Great job, Molly. Molly's back. So, all right. Gang, we'll see you next week. And as I always say, keep her going, keep her good.
help you find your melody at Heid Music.